no penguin in this episode.
No penguin.
Penguin.
No, no penguin.
No penguin.
Penguin.
No penguin.
Penguin.
No penguin.
Penguins.
No penguin.
No penguin whatsoever.
Penguin.
No penguin. Hello everybody, greetings and salutations. I hope you're having a great week. This is episode 4 of We Review Shit.
Yeah.
Namely The Penguin, episode 4, which we're going to talk about today. But you know the thing about The Penguin, episode 4, Kit and Cog, hi by the way, welcome in.
Yeah, thank you.
That's all right. I just thought I'd, put it in there. Oi, oi, put it in there.
Oi, oi.
There was no penguin in this episode.
No penguin.
Penguin.
No penguin.
No penguin.
Penguin.
No penguin.
Penguin.
No penguin.
Penguins.
No penguin.
No penguin whatsoever.
Penguin.
No penguin. I don't know how everybody's going to feel about that as episode 4. I don't know how people's going to feel about there was no Colin Farrell, there was no penguin. Bearing in mind he is the strongest character in the show.
Most definitely.
Most interesting character in the show. No, this episode was very Sophia Falcone heavy.
With Sophia being the main focus of the episode.
Yeah, it just felt like a filler episode. Like I know it's been high rated, and like there was nothing wrong with the acting, there was nothing wrong with the episode per se, but it's just a very short season. It's not like there's a lot of episodes in it.
No.
I don't think it really needed a filler episode. I think they could have maybe condensed all of this down into 20 minutes and maybe just made it half the episode.
I'm going to put something controversial out there.
Go on.
I feel like they could have just left the mystery behind Sophia's backstory being in Arkham, and we could have just made that up for ourselves. We didn't need the explanation that we necessarily got in this episode.
Yeah, but exposition is the way that Hollywood operates, isn't it? Because they think that everybody's idiots. So you got to kind of have everything. You got to be handheld and led everywhere instead of actually working it out for yourself.
I see what you mean.
So this is obviously this is a spoilerific review. So prepare yourself. So
Spoilers.
Spoilers. This is basically you find out that her old man, played by Mark Strong, Carmine, and Falcon.
Love it.
He's a bit of a murdering twat. He obviously is a murdering twat because he's a mafia boss, but he's actually a psycho killer. So the Gotham and everybody that knows about the Falcone family believe that Sophia is the hangman.
Ooh.
You find out very quickly that it was actually her old man, Carmine.
Dun, dun, dun.
Carmine Falcone was the hangman.
He made it not obvious, though. He's very, very sneaky. He's going around making people think he's this trustworthy father figure. He's got nothing to worry about.
Cog is a mafia boss. Come on. There's nothing trustworthy about a mafia boss. He's built his empire on stabbing people in the back.
Well, hear me out. Initially, when you meet him, you don't really suss anything much. You suss something.
Well, I mean, you suss the fact he beats his son because his son is like a whipped dog. But yeah, I mean, Mark Strong is very good at playing a villain. He uses villain. He's very good at playing a villain.
We said this last episode.
He was a good choice for the role, but they have like an awkward dinner scene between Sophia,
very awkward.
Alberto, and Carmine.
Oh, say Alberto again.
Alberto.
Ooh.
Yeah, it was interesting. Again, I think the scene was too strung out. I didn't think it needed to be that long. I think they could have just, again, a lot of exposition. They could have probably made it a lot shorter than they did. I don't know why they really felt it. They felt the need to make it that long.
I feel like for Christine, the actor who plays Sophia, I think it was just a way of showing off all of her chops, because in most of her roles, she hasn't had so much diversity. And I think for her as just a standalone performance, I think this is definitely her best work.
Yeah, I mean, again, there was nothing wrong with the acting. There was nothing wrong. It was in character wise, it was very good. I would say there was a weak point, which was very frustrating. They made a character, which was Magpie, which was actually a Batman villain, a very small. Like they've not really been in much. I believe they've been in Gotham. they've obviously been mentioned in the comic books. I think she's been in one animated film as well, but she's not a very well-known Batman villain. We'll talk about her in a second. But they've made her very Harley Quinn-esque.
I was going to say the same.
Yeah, she's like, she doesn't have the annoying accent, you know. She's not like,
Like,
oh,
hey,
Mr. J. She doesn't
hey,
sound like
Pun,
that.
you know.
She doesn't sound like that, but she's a very, yeah, it just feels like she's looked at Harley Quinn, the character, to get her
Inspiration.
to get her inspiration, I think. But she was created by John Byrne. The character didn't debut in Batman, being set in a Superman comic, which is interesting. I didn't know that either. No. She first appeared in Man of Steel 3 in November 1986. No, she's 80s. Okay. A good love for you if you were born in the 80s.
I love the 80s.
Part of John Byrne's new relaunch of the Superman character followed the aftermath of DC's Crisis on Infinite Earths. Okay, all right.
So she's been
This
in much
made
more than we
Magpie,
thought.
yeah, made Magpie a notable name in the post-Crisis DC timeline. She debuted as her first villain, thwarted by Superman and Batman teaming up. Superman originally traveled to Gotham to stop Batman, but he saw Batman's skills in tracking the villainous Magpie and decided that Batman was not a threat, as the media reported, but in fact, a hero!
A hero! I need a hero!
Batman! One of the would assume bringing the combined might of Superman and Batman would imply that Magpie is a significant threat, but interestingly, she is a normal human criminal, so it's like the Joker. Codename Magpie is a reference to English folklore in which bird magpie collects shiny objects and other valuables. Yeah, so magpies are thieves. They're tea leaves.
Ooh.
They're tea leaves. The name lifting a moniker for a jewel thief. Her real name is Margaret Pye. She's a jewel thief that specializes in targets and jewels named after birds, and the replicas she leaves behind are booby-trapped. Booby. At first, she had no superpowers, as she was just an expert in hand-to-hand combat with a set of thieves' tools. Later, she gained the ability to extend her fingernails into talon-like claws. Ooh. Magpie eventually finds herself locked up in Arkham Asylum, where she becomes cellmates with a fellow Batman villain, Poison Ivy.
Ah, I thought there was going to be a connection here.
Later, she's killed in a revenge scheme by Batman villain Great White Shark. Okay, Great White Shark, cool. Magpie wasn't even one of the Great White Sharks wanting revenge on. He was just in a war with Penguin. Her last appearance in the post-Crisis DC canon was during Blackest Night, where she returns from the dead as a Black Lantern. So I've read that, and I still can't really remember Magpie. Maybe I was asleep. I did really like the Black Lantern series. If you've never read that, that's definitely
a shout out.
One you should read. Very, very good Lantern series, comic book series. Anyway, getting back to it. So we're not sure. The doctor or the doctor that was in charge of Sophia Falcone is a bit of an arsehole.
Julian Rush, Dr. Julian Rush was.
Well, no, Julian Rush is the nice doctor.
Oh.
Julian Rush is the nice doctor.
I don't think he's going to be that nice.
I don't think he's going to be that nice either. I think he might be a bit of a scheming bastard.
Oh, a scheming bastard.
A scheming bastard. But basically, he's a bit of a nut job. He knows Sophia's innocent. I believe so, but he just likes torturing people in Arkham. He basically wants them all to bend to his will, and then he gets them addicted to the drug which she's trying to push on Gotham,
Bliss.
which we spoke about last. Yeah, Bliss, which we spoke about last episode. Basically, in a nutshell, she gets pushed to a point where she ends up. We think she's dead. She kind of went to town on Magpie. I can't really. The amount of time she bashed her head off the table, I don't think somebody's surviving that. She looked very dead on the floor. We could be wrong, so that could be the end of Magpie in this universe. Again, she was a very side note character. I don't really think she's going to make an impact on the story, but we have been proven wrong before. And after that, we then fast forward to present day, where she's actually sitting with Dr. Julian Rush, who you mentioned a little while ago.
Yeah.
Because he's become her failsafe. Now, again, I don't think he's very mentally stable either. He's obsessed with Sophia. He's definitely got his eyes on her in a unprofessional manner, of course. Because it wouldn't be a drama without a doctor being unprofessional, especially a psychiatrist. But yeah.
The performance is by Theo Rossi.
Yeah.
As we've mentioned before, we love the actor. We've seen him in many things before. One of them things being Sons of Anarchy, I believe.
Yeah, Sons of Anarchy,
and
quite right.
We love the Sons of Anarchy series. I think he's got some depth to his character. I think he's going to come across as something that's going to be unsavory, like Dan says. And I get very unnerved when he's on screen. He's got a very creepy-like factor to his character, so I think he's going to be a good role. I think he's going to be something to... Everybody so far we've encountered has something unhinged about them, but that's the whole Gotham experience, isn't it?
Yeah.
Everybody's got to have something quite off, and you've got to just figure out what off that is.
So this has completely left the station, this episode, because it felt more like a Batman-esque episode because of Arkham, Magpie being in it as well. And it felt very detached from the story. I know that I don't think we really needed an origin story for Sophia Falcone. I think it was good, as Cog said before, leaving her a bit of a mystery, a bit of an enigma, and maybe it come out at the end that she wasn't actually the hangman, she wasn't the killer, it was her dad. I don't think we really needed it. They could have condensed everything that happened in this episode in 20 minutes and then gone back to present day.
Or, hear me out, they could, throughout the episodes, just do like sprinklings of like flashbacks to sort of show how mad she's gone. Or...
Yeah, that's a good... that would have been... That also would have worked as well. I think maybe because it's coming up to the... Now we're at the halfway point of the show, they're going to probably accelerate the story quite a bit because there's only 4 episodes left.
I'm hoping it's going to be like a dive down a little bit for this episode and it's going to just come back up again.
It did have a good ending. Again, this is heavily spoilers. Obviously, Sophia Falcone wants to be head of the family, and before she outed her dad as the hangman, he was going to give her the entire empire. He was, you're my daughter.
She's next in line.
I don't trust Alberto because he's a druggie, and all he does is sleep with prozzies, etc. He's a bit of a wild card. You've got a head on your shoulders. I want you to run the empire. But as soon as she outed him, as soon as she started to question, you killed my mother. Did you kill my mother? It seems like you killed our mother, Dad. And he's like, no, I didn't. Yeah, no, I think you did, because she starts to remember. She saw all this when she was a kid, and she locks it all away. But because of trauma and being accused of being a hangman herself, it all starts to leak.
Also, just a disclaimer, if you do have any sensitivity towards mental health or suicide, do be aware this episode's very heavy on that. So just be aware that is the overall theme of the entire episode. So
Penguin actually been knocked off the top spot by another show. I can't remember the name of the show off the top of my head, but it's actually sitting at number 3 now on the viewers list.
That's not bad for a DC show. That's pretty dang good.
It's not bad at all. We'll see. I'm hoping this isn't a downtrend. I hope this... There are people out there that have seen the entire series, and they said at some point the show quality drops.
Which I'm really
I'm hoping, I think we're both hoping that this isn't where it has the dip, because again, there's a lot of misinformation. People don't want this show to succeed because of other networks, etc. People are very sore about Rings of Power being an absolute shit show.
We won't go on about that. That's for the weekly show.
The highlight of the episode is the fact that Sophia is completely wipes out the Falcone hierarchy. So the cousins, the uncle, and basically anybody else that could have taken over the family is now dead. But for some reason, she decided to keep Johnny Vitti alive. So Johnny is still alive. Johnny is still alive. Yeah, Johnny Vitti, he's still alive. For whatever reason, I've got no idea. Maybe because they need a patriarchal figure at the top and she's going to end up pulling his strings and control him.
Or I think he's going to be a pawn in her game. I think there's going to be a reason for her keeping him alive, because she doesn't do that often. She's out for eradication of the entire Falcons, I believe.
Well, we didn't find that out until today. I mean, she's always been a bit pissy.
Yeah.
I thought she was going to kill the uncle because he's a shithead, but she ended up doing that anyway. But I thought that was going to be it. She does end up saving her niece's life, or her cousin's life. I don't know where they'd be on the family tree, but a little girl basically. They ended up saving her and then wiping out the rest of the family. So I don't know. It's that a character's taken I wouldn't say done a 180, but it's definitely verged a little bit like that, because we now know she's not the hangman. But she does have that killer instinct that her dad has because of the way she offed Magpie brutally. That was she really went to town.
That was an intense scene.
So having taken anything from this episode, Sophia, maybe not the psycho we thought she was in episodes 1 to 3.
Make your own deductions of what you think she's going to become.
Exactly. Did you think that this episode was necessary? I'm kind of on the fence. I don't really know what to think.
What would you rate it this time for the episode?
I'd probably only give this a 7.
I'd say it's too nice. I would have gone for either a 5 or a 6. I don't think it was that strong.
5 or a 6? Wow,
Yeah.
you're brutal. Could definitely not work for IGN. Yeah, I'd say 6 or a 7. I'm kind of in between. Let me a 6.5 then. It was nice. No, again, I don't, because again, there's not enough episodes. I don't feel like we needed a break from the story. I don't feel like we needed a flashback episode. I think it would have been better just to carry on from where we were going.
If this was a DVD box set, this is the extended scene or the,
Yeah, it's just filler. It's just filler. I don't feel like I'm that invested in Sophia's character that I need to know where she's from and that her dad was a killer, because we knew that anyways, that he's a mafia boss. Or a bit of an attachment, I guess, that he's a psychotic mafia boss, because obviously he was killing women. But yeah, I just feel like it was just a shock factor episode. But maybe episode 5, it all really goes to shit. So we'll have to see. So we'll have to wait for episode 5, which is coming next Sunday. So obviously we'll give a review on that as well. If you want to support us, remember you can click that link below and become a Ko-Fi or a Ko-Fi member. You can also become a member on YouTube, which we really appreciate. But remember to leave a comment, like the video, because that is absolutely super, and we really appreciate it.
And if you've seen the episodes, let us know down below what you've been thinking so far. If you've got any personal character favourites, or you think there's going to be anything happen, we want to get this discussion going, so make sure you comment, guys.
Yeah, and yeah, exactly. What do you think of the episode? Do you think this episode was necessary? Do you like the direction they're taking Sophia Falcone in now? Or did you prefer her as a cold-hearted killer? Did you feel it was necessary to have a penguin-less episode? And should Hollywood stop doing bloody fillers in their seasons of stuff? This is an anime. We don't need filler episodes. Yeah, let us know below. But thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.